Hey YouTube, thanks for stopping in. I am your host Duchess and welcome to Break Bread with Duchess, where we just kind of hang out a little bit and talk about various topics that just leave us feeling good. So I'm excited to have you break bread with me. Come on in the room. We are going to review Summer House Martha's Vineyard Season 2 reunion, and before we get into it, let me just say that this is my commentary for educational purposes only, just for conversation. Please refer to the YouTube Copyrights Act situation that's at the beginning of this episode. So I just want to say that to clear myself of any copyrights or any offensatory is probably not a word, but any offensive commentary. That is not my goal. Let's just feel good. Let's just vibe out, have a good time, and let's see what we got for this new reunion. So it opens up with a little bit of drama, a little prelude of the drama, shall I say. We're going to get into the ethics of what it looks like to be inside someone. Noelle catches a stray. A few people are crying. I don't know what we're talking about. Bria says somebody got her out of jail. So everybody looks good. We start with Preston. Hey, Preston, looking good in his silky satin hot pink. He is engaged and we are excited for him. Next is Noelle. Hi, Noelle. She's so beautiful and so sweet. Noelle is so sweet. She was a new cast member this time. She's wearing this pink dress with these cute pink shoes that are highlighting her body and her nice legs. She has a sleek ponytail. Makeup is light, minimal, and flawless, but she looks great. Then we have Mr. Debonair Nick, who is always well dressed, looking sharp. He's probably my favorite on the cast. So, hey, Nick. Nick is still running his marathons. He's also giving us a little cleavage this episode. A little clean Miami Vice pink linen suit. I think that's linen, but it looks good. And he looks great. Next, we have Miss Summer. She's looking forward to clearing the air. You know, Summer had quite a few emotional run-ins with a couple of her classmates. So she's looking forward to kind of getting things back on track. And I thought that was nice. Jasmine looks great. I don't know if I'm feeling that wig color that she has going on, but she does look beautiful. Yeah, she looks beautiful. And next we have Jordan, and then there's Shanice. Shanice looks great. She has on a little light pink number, and Andy already starts with the shade like, Summer, doesn't she look beautiful? And Summer's like, yeah, of course. So a little backstory about that. They were playing this game. And Summer and Shanice are supposed to be really good friends. And they're playing this game and they ask another castmate who is the worst dressed. And Summer blurts in, it wasn't even her question. And she's like, Shanice, of course. And it hurts Shanice's feelings because Shanice is going through some things. She lost her job. She doesn't have a lot of money to buy clothes and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, Andy threw that little shade in there, but Summer, she went with it, and Shanice was a good sport about it. Then we have Amir. He has like a little cut-off sleeve sweater number. His arms look great. I'm not sure if I like the look, but the arms do look great. And yes, he still has his penis. Natalie has not cut it off yet. And Alex looks great. Ooh, child. So we open up with getting with Alex and Summer and the hooking up of it all. So Alex is being labeled as an F-boy, and for those of us who don't know what that means, just a guy who just kind of want to play around without any commitment, and also can be kind of shady and low down in that sense because he's not being upfront with what he wants, and that's how he's being labeled. And Alex doesn't really care for that because it's not true. So for him, it was they hung out for a little bit. Yes, they were intimate. and they had a conversation, or he had a conversation saying, hey, this isn't for me. The expectations are more than what he's ready for right now. And for Summer, it's like, no, it wasn't like that. We just kind of backed off. So Summer kind of wants to play it cool, like it wasn't that big of a deal, but her energy is very, very, her energy is very, very high strung. Like, she's still a little upset. So I believe that she was emotionally attached to Alice and may even be disappointed, still dealing with the disappointment that it didn't work out how she had envisioned it. And we as women, and they say guys do this too, but we as women, we start dating a guy, we like them, and we've already named our kids, planned our family, and figured out how everything is gonna fit. And so, especially when you become intimate, you're already committed. And I think that Summer thought things were much deeper than what they were. And so Summer, boys and girls, is the reason why when you're dating a guy, don't give him any cookies for 10 dates. 10 whole dates. Because for guys, it's sex. They're enjoying your company. It's cool. But it's sex. And for girls, it's like, I'm giving myself to you. You recognize this sacrifice and this gift that I'm giving to you. And we're married now. Like, we're married. So to protect your heart and to protect your dignity, and I know you be wanting them, the hormones be jumping, and it's natural to want to have sex. It's natural to want to be intimate. Your body will tell you all things go, because the body is made to reproduce. And at the end of the day, we are human, which are also evolved animals. So reproduction and hormones are definitely going to get in the way. But there is nothing wrong with spending your time, having a great time, enjoying that company, getting a couple cuddles, even kissing. But 10 dates, don't give him any cookies, because that will give you enough time to get out of the fantasy land of it all and really see that person for who they are, and decide if this is someone that you want to spend the rest of your life with. And it will also give the guy time to connect with you on more of an emotional level, so that when you do have sex, it will be even more solidified and he will care enough about you to not harm you. Not saying that will work, but it gives you the best shot of protecting yourself. Because, honey, these men will flip the script on you. And having you riding with your girls at dawn, finding him at this chick apartment, talking about she's his roommate and that she's gay. Whole time he's sleeping with her, and have you pulling all his things out the car, busting his windows out of his windows, and he come out in the morning getting ready to go to work in his uniform, his work clothes, his shoes, everything is on the front of his hood, and the windows is bust out of his truck, and he calling you talking about, baby, I'm sorry. Boy, bye. Save yourself, girl. 10 days. Hold out. Don't give it to him. And let me be clear. That is just for him to be your boyfriend. Once he decided that he wants to be your boyfriend, don't give him any cookies. Now y'all got 10 more dates in the boyfriend phase and see how he do. And I would say somewhere around the 7th or 8th date. But, because they'll start talking about they want you to be the one. You're going to be my wife, and still flip the script, girl, and hey, you out here tripping. So, don't be on national TV talking about you been inside me and we supposed to have a love for each other, and you don't even know this man like that, been all rolling around in the middle of the bed. Let that man be your friend for 10 days and decide if you're going to keep him in the friend zone. And if you make it out of the friend zone into the boyfriend zone, then 10 more dates. Okay? As your boyfriend, and he should be turning it up a little bit, putting a smile on your face, making you feel good. And you do the same as he show himself a little bit. Then, you give him a little something. It ain't just all about you, but this is about protecting you and protecting your heart, because you the one that will be choosing your bridesmaids while he over here dipping and dodging in somebody else cookies and you the last one to know, girl. And then he done decided this ain't what he want and you on national TV trying to save face because you really, really did care about this person and he's abandoned your heart. So don't be that girl. 10 dates, 10 more dates, then you can consider the cookies. Don't do it, girl. Don't be that girl. You don't want to be that girl. Let's go. Back to the reunion. So yeah, we're with Summer, and she's also upset with Noelle without saying that she's really upset with Noelle. So Noelle had taken an interest to Alex, not knowing that he and Summer had actually hooked up. So for Summer, she told Noelle that they had hooked up, and for Noelle, it's like, no, you said that you guys had hung out. It was no big deal. You didn't tell me that you guys had slept together. That ain't something that I do. Meaning, go after someone that my friends have been with. And so Summer's point is, okay, maybe I wasn't very clear about that. At first she said she did. She did tell her. Noelle debunked that. No, you didn't. But, she wasn't very clear about that. But she did, when Summer came to her room and was kind of pressing her about her relationship with Alex, because at dinner just before that, Summer blurted out, well, you didn't invite me to your event. How do you not invite somebody to your event that you've been inside of? And so everyone at the table knew that they had been intimate and had hung out outside of the house. And I would say they even dated because they were visiting each other in each other's spaces. So everyone at the table knew that. And Noelle learned that it was more than just, we just kind of hung out kind of like as friends sort of thing. So when they got back to the room, she asked Summer about it. Like, wait a minute, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me that you guys were more than just kind of like friends hanging out? And Summer was like, well, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I think she was trying to keep it a secret. Summer's a bit all over the place sometimes. And like I said, she wants to play it cool, like it wasn't that big of a deal and she's cool. But she still has some hurt feelings about how things worked out with her and Alex. And then Noelle, I don't know why she's getting so turned up like you didn't tell me, because even when she did learn about it, she still pursued Alex. But now she's trying to downplay it. Like, everybody's in the house, we flirt, we hang out, we do, whatever. It's no big of a thing. No, Noelle, you were interested. You were very much interested. And you were willing to go there. Had Alex went there with her, she was willing to go there knowing that he had been intimate with her friend, and obviously her friend still had some mixed feelings about it. To Alex's point, Alex is like, listen, if I was that kind of guy, I could have totally went there with Noelle, but I did. She's a beautiful girl, and I could have done that with you in the house, but I didn't. So let's just cool it on trying to make me be the bad guy. It just wasn't something that I was that interested in. So what sparked this was a viewer asked Summer, how can you tell the entire table that someone's been inside of you, but you don't tell that to your good friend? So they asked that question. This was the conversation. I'm not sure if there's any resolution there, but we're moving on to the next set. So we're back from break and we're going to Amir, and does his girlfriend Natalie trust him or not? He says she trusts him. Andy's like, doesn't seem like she trusted you much on the show. Amir explains, yeah, basically she doesn't trust me. Because his response is, well, she does trust me. She just doesn't know what I'm doing when I'm on the show or what I'm doing when I'm not away from her. And I'm sorry. What she doesn't know what he's doing when she's away from him, or when he's away from her and he's in the house with all these women. She doesn't know what he's doing there. So he recants and says, well, we're building trust. But to me, that sounds like, yeah, bruh, she don't trust you, because if she trusted you, she wouldn't care what you were doing while you were there. She wouldn't know that you're on the up and up, that there's nothing to worry about. So the fact that she has a worry or concern means that there's something she doesn't trust. And you might want to put a little cup around that Peter of yours, that you're joking that she would cut it off. Yeah, it may not be that safe. But moving on. And poor Amir, he is in the hot seat. So they get into the emasculation of it all when Natalie boasted about her making more in a month than Amir makes in a whole year. It doesn't really bother Amir. He chose a high-powered woman. He likes that kind of thing. The cast thinks they're really cute together, but they don't think she's right for him. And Amir is standing 10 toes down on his relationship. People have their commentary about, or their opinions about their relationship, but he is solid with Natalie, and they are closing on a house. They next month. They've been together for a year and a half. Andy throws in a little dig, like, do you guys have a ring? He's like, yeah, I have a ring. Well, when did she instruct you to propose? When did she instruct you to propose? Just taking a little dig at him, that Natalie is wearing the pants and he is emasculated in this relationship. Amir is visibly uncomfortable, but he handles it. He handles it well, and Amir wants to be in love, and he likes love. He wants his family. He wants a family. He wants to belong. He has this puppy dog kind of thing going on, and it's unfortunate because he's quite handsome, and I have to agree with the cast. He will probably lose himself in this relationship and be one of those guys that be crying, pulling up to the driveway, crying in the car because they don't want to go in the house, because it's so opposite of just who they are and who they are as men, and they don't want to look like the bad guy. And I'm probably projecting a whole lot on this guy's relationship, but that's just what I see. So I'm gonna offer Amir a little light that he doesn't even know that he'll need in a few years, and hopefully he'll come back to it and grab it and do what he needs to do for himself, because I have to agree, I don't think that she's right for him. So they move on, and Noelle is like, why did you tell this girl that everybody in the house was like crazy about you? And they all laugh, and Andy is looking like the little, how you see a little kid like, oh, this is getting good. He has his hand under his chin, and he wants to see how the fireworks are about to go down, because all the ladies chime in. It's like they remember that, and it's like, dude, what was that about? You know that's not the thing. So why would you say that to this girl? But child, everybody started talking at once, and I can't understand nothing. My blood pressure gets to raising a little bit, because it's like, I hope this is not the way that this entire reunion is going to go. Like a bunch of squealing, a bunch of talking, and no one knows what anybody else is saying because everybody is talking at once. But what we get out of that is that it wasn't exactly untrue, because Amir says, he turns to Shanice and says, well, I was told that you wanted to have sex with me. And Shanice is like, yeah, I said that. I just wanted some. And yeah, but that doesn't mean I was shooting my shot. Well, I don't know, girl. It kind of does. But that's Shanice. Shanice had her boobs and her butt out the entire season. She's one of those free naked girls that leads with her coochie pop. So, I mean, she probably would have let him hit it. She's kind of disconnected like that. But, yeah. So, moving on, we get into Summer and the list of the fights of it all. She got into it with almost everyone in the house, and sarcastically, probably even Marlo. Y'all remember Milo? I said Marlo. Not Marlo. We're not on Real Housewives of Atlanta. We're on Martha's Vineyard. So Milo, the support dog, probably got into it with him too. I don't think so, but yeah, we're getting into Summer and all of her fights. So let's go. So they play this clip, well, these clips of Summer and all of her rants and all of her hurtful things that she says to the castmates, and they come back to her and she's crying. And she's visibly upset. And what I love about this scene is Nick is so supportive. He's like, just breathe. He got some tissue. He's comforting her, and he's just helping her calm herself down and speak, use her words. And I thought that was so special and so sweet, and it shows just how much he cares about her. And it also proves my point of that which you guys haven't heard that point, but I do believe that girls and guys can be friends and be supportive of each other and love each other, and it doesn't have to be an intimate connection or a previous intimate connection. You can really, really have genuine love for each other as brothers and sisters, but you have to be careful about that, because I have also learned that guys will play that role until they can get you in a spot and try to get a little piece of something. So anyway, that's a whole nother story, but I thought that that was really sweet. Summer, she said that she's in a much better place. It was just really hard to watch herself. She makes a point about hurting people, and she never wants to be that to anyone. And so she apologizes again. She's very, very sorry. And I think that that's genuine in everyone. You can see everyone having an empathetic ear to her moment. And that's what I loved about this scene. So Andy brings it back and, asked her, Bria caught a lot of that anger. How are she and Bria today? And she's like, me and Bria are good. And Bria echoes that, yes, we are good. We're very good. The understanding that this cast has for Summer in her moments, I just thought it was really sweet. I enjoyed that. And, I love this scene. So, well, that is everyone but Noelle. Noelle's nose is in the air. And she's standing 10 toes down on, nope, we're good. Once someone shows me who they are, you believe them. She is not having it. And I have to disagree with Noelle, because I don't think what Summer did was all that bad. Noelle has to take responsibility that she was also putting herself in front of the freight train, like, hey, run into me, calling herself trying to help Summer in her outburst, and Summer pushed her off of her. So I think the moment is forgivable, and that she should have a conversation with Summer, but her feelings are still hurt, and we have to respect that. So even though I disagree, I guess I have to respect how Noelle feels about it. Noelle deals with her own things as well that has not really come to the forefront yet, but I think that what Summer did is worth forgiving. And so moving on. So we wrapped up that segment with Summer, with her acknowledging that she has a hard time opening up, especially to new friends or people that she doesn't know that well. Summer is she seems to be that person that's always there for everyone, allows them to lean on her emotionally, gives really good supportive advice, and she pours into her friends. And so this was a time in her life that she needed that support, but because she didn't feel safe, has had experiences with people kind of using things when she is vulnerable, using that against her. I think we all can relate to that, or it being too much and that person kind of just walks out of their life. So in an effort to preserve her friendships and to keep herself from feeling that type of pain, she held a lot of things in, and it just kind of blew up. So give it up to Summer for being transparent and also giving us a lesson in what not to do when dating an eligible bachelor who is very attractive, that you connect with, and bypassing the whole friend zone thing. Give it up for Summer. She also shares that she found her biological dad. They are not connected, but knowing who he is and kind of closing that loop, she's good with that. She has a strong male foundation, so there's not any daddy issues there. I think that there's some more things that will come out of that disconnect in terms of the fear of abandonment and not sharing or being comfortable in being in a vulnerable space with people that you love and care about, for fear that they may not accept it. But at the end of the day, it's all a part of growing. That's part of life. That's how we grow. So give it up to Summer in her transparency and her lesson on dating and that cookie jar. Moving on. So we then get into Jordan and Jasmine's conflict, and the girls kind of turning on Jasmine and trying to get to the reason why they're kind of like excluding her. And for Jasmine, her life has changed. She's no longer the party girl. I mean, she's married. And I think she is just kind of looking for her friends to kind of come on over to that side of life for her. And they're still single, not really pressed about finding their person. And there was just a disconnect. They didn't handle it, correctly. There was a lot of conversations that probably should have been had respectfully that didn't, that were not had. No one really has a really good reason why Jasmine was kind of excluded or exiled. And but Jasmine and Jordan, they feel like their friendship is worth working on, but you can still sense a little bit of the animosity and the tension there. So I hope they get it together. Then we move on over to Nick and the handsy of it all, and Natalie's involvement. Natalie was being messy, but she wants to come back to the show to kind of show a different side of her. Amir was defending her, and Noelle was kind of holding her feet to the fire, basically, because she created a lot of mess and drama that was really a part of girl talk that shouldn't have been had. Nick recognizes that there is some behaviors that he needs to change. He didn't like seeing himself in the light of being angry, and he didn't like seeing himself in the touchy handsy feely part. And I think that that's just part of his personality. He doesn't want these girls. He says that there's no malice kind of intent or whatever. And I'm basically going off of what he says. They're all like, brother, get it together. And so he and Tasia did break up. They had a conversation about going their separate ways. Andy asked him a specific question. Did she feel like you embarrassed her? And he said yes. That wasn't the whole thing. That wasn't the catalyst, but she did. I do remember when Nick mentioned something about sharing cell phone bills, and Tasia was like, my last name is still my last name. Like, I think Tasia, for her, they had been dating for a while, and it's like, which way are we going? I'm just speculating. I'm not in these people's relationship for real. But which way are we going? And Nick is not ready because maybe the girls are right about him. I do hate that they broke up. It seems like he's kind of saddened about that. I think that he really cared for Tasia, but obviously not enough to make her his wife. And maybe she felt like it wasn't he wasn't who she would want to have as a husband. So they've broken up, and I can't really think of anything else that's really significant that came out of this reunion. It was okay. The season was good. I don't know if they'll be back next season, but that is all I have for Martha's Vineyard. Sisters is coming back, y'all. It's coming back this week, so I will be reviewing that show. I do appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me as I kind of work through this process and kind of find my niche in this YouTube world. So please like, comment, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about my commentary, my style. All feedback is welcome. Do you watch this show, Martha's Vineyard? Are there any other shows that you watch? Like, what are your thoughts about Alex and Summer and their situation? Like, let me know. So thanks again for stopping by. I appreciate you guys' support, and I'm out. See ya.